Today, we are going over track, all the different track stuff. So, track introduction. This is the track button. You hold it to select which track you're on. Nice. Track parameters. So we went over all parameters in the last video, so be sure to go check that out. But we didn't go over track parameters. These are parameters that are specific to each track, and you access them as a different parameter page while you're holding down track. So you got the white parameter page, which is if you're on a synth parameter 1, synth parameter 2, filter resonance. You hold down track. Now it's note length, note style, quantize amount, and portamento. So let's go over the first one, note length, which is, remember, hold down track. This is the note length. So right now it flashes. So on, off. That's how long the note is. If you just play it without the sequencer going, you don't see that. Let's put this note down. Now you'll see how long the note length is. See that? Let's change the note length. Now it's only going to be like, make it a little longer. So that's note length. And then if you go all the way to the right, where it flashes like that, that means it's in drone mode. So it'll just keep playing. Shut up. Shut up. So that's drone mode, and that's note length. Next is note style. This is different for drum tracks and synth tracks. Let's start on the synth track because we're on a synth track right now. The different styles you get are poly, mono, and legato. Green is poly. Purple is mono. Yellow is legato. So green poly means you can play multiple notes. The polyphony on all the synth tracks, except for the chord track, is 3. On the chord track, you have 4-note polyphony. So if you don't know what that means, polyphony is how many notes you can play at the same time. This track has 3-note polyphony, so when I hit the 4th note in this chord, the first note will drop off. Hear that? We just lose notes as we go. Whereas on the chord track, now we lost the bass note on the 5th one because there's 4-note polyphony on the chord track. Remember that. That's why they named it the chord track, so you could do that. So that's poly. Let's switch it to mono. Mono means 1. Legato still only plays 1 at a time, but it'll kind of smoothly connect the notes. So it won't re-trigger it. When you let go and play again, it gets that bum bum. This just glides between and doesn't do the attack. Yeah. Note styles for drums: retrig, gate, and loop. Green is retrig. Purple is gate. Yellow is loop. The difference between the retrig and the gate mode are kind of hard to see unless you have longer samples. So let's do this sample. So this is on the sample track, which is counted as a drum track. And this is the retrig. Retrig means that you play the whole sample and you have to re-trigger it the next time you want it to play. So I hit it and it plays all the way through. If I hold it down, it doesn't play again. I need to re-trigger it. Whereas with gate, which is the purple one, it's like a gate, right? You open the gate and close the gate. So you let the sound out or you don't let the sound out. It's a gate of sound. Only plays as long as I hold it. And it doesn't loop. Whereas on retrig, and now loop, it replays the sample as long as you're holding it. So using what we've learned, if I select this sound and set it to drone mode and loop, then if I put it right here, then it should just keep playing on loop. And it does. And if I change the mode, now it ain't gonna loop no more because it ain't being held down with the drone. Quantize. You've seen me use this before. Quantization amount goes from 0 to 100% with this dial. That's 0%. That's 100%. It gives you a little flash when it's at 100% quantization. So let's turn on the metronome so you can hear the quantization. That's metronome. I'll try to play off beat. So record armed. So this one especially is like way early. Now I'm quantizing it. Turn it off. And now quantize. And there you go. It's a me, Portamento. Portamento means glide, and it also goes from 0 to 100. 0 is the fastest portamento, so it glides from one note to the next very quickly, whereas 100% portamento is really slow. Sounds like, so let's show you. And we'll just hold it here. And we'll show kind of how portamento sounds different. Let's give it some time. Oh, that's annoying. And that's Portamento. Next is step count. This is the number of steps that the track will use. The default is 16, right? This is a 16-step sequencer. But if I wanted to just do 8, I would do it like that. So you select the number of steps with this. So let's leave it at 16 for now. And let's play something. And now let's change the step count to half. Oh, I left on the 1 of the 8. let's just do 8 steps. Now it sounds a little more normal. And what if we did 12 steps? So that's step count. All of your tracks can have a different step count. So let's leave this at 16 and go to the snare. Give it a step count of 8 and then put a snare on the offbeat. Step length. Step length I use a lot more than step count, and you probably will too. Step length is the amount of beats you have on each step of the sequencer. The default is 1. You see by the number what the step length is, and that's also how you select it. So this is the amount of beats per step you have. So on each beat, you have 1. Now it'll flash twice for each beat. And it extends it twice as long. This is 4 times as long. So let's do an example of why you would use this. Let's say you wanted to play a riff like this. We're currently at 1 step length. So let's record arm and try to do it. All right. Everything breaks down. We need more space. So let's make it twice as long. Record arm. Quantize. Nice. And all of your different tracks can also have a different step length. So let's go back to the snare and leave it at 1. Just punch in like that. If you change it, it'll be too slow. You get the idea. Offset notes. We've covered this before as well, but if you hold track and press minus or plus, it'll shift everything a whole step. And even if you have 2 beats per step, like we do on this track, remember, it'll still shift it the whole step. So it'll shift it 2 beats that way. So listen normal. And now shifted once to the left. If we do it 3 more times, it might sound better. So that just offset it by 4. But yeah, you can move your patterns around, and it's pretty cool. Select plug or preset. That's just track and preset selection. So hold down track. These are the different plugs. So they're on the chord track, like they're the different synth engines. So right now I'm on the first one. This is a different plug. Within each plug, if it's lit up, it means that there's a preset there. So I'm on the first preset. Let's go to the second one. Wow. And my favorite, Randomize Preset. This is the bee's knees. You hold track and press record, and it'll just randomize everything. So this is an awesome way to find new sounds. So first select a plug. Let's just stay on this one. And this won't screw up your current preset. but it'll randomize everything. Do it again, get a new one. That's a bad random, right? There's nothing. It's even easier to do it if you turn off the sends, so you can really hear the differences. Whoa, that one's weird. Really long release. That one's pretty cool. If I like it, I can store it. So if I hold track and one of the open spots, I'll save the preset. And you see it gives us a nice bar that says it's saving it. Doodle-doo-doo. So now, if I go to the old one, it's still the old one. And if I go to the new one, it's the one I just made. Awesome. Randomize. So cool. Kill track notes. This is kind of an interesting feature. Leave a comment below if you can think of some other ways that this might be useful, or if I'm just kind of not understanding it. But essentially, it kills the currently playing note, but still continues to play the track. So you're not muting the track, but it just kills whatever the current note is. So this could be extra useful if there's like a drone note playing and you just want to turn that off without going to mute the track. You could do that. Or if you just want to cut out a certain note early. So let's go to like a fuller pattern so that you can actually hear that. Let's go to the long notes. So if I hold track and press stop, it'll kill the current note. So now I'm killing it right after it starts, right? Over and over. Be careful while you're doing this that you don't hold stop all the way until it reaches the end, because then it'll delete your current track. So if I have it like this, and I hold it too long, my track's gone. But good thing I just backed it up, like you saw. If I haven't gone over that yet, or if I just glossed over it, that's super important. Maybe it didn't say it in the guide yet, but this is like essential to save the current state of your whole project. Right now I'm on project 6. Saves the state of all of these patterns. You hold project and hold plus until the thing goes up. So that's a backup for your project. Every project has one backup. So you can change a bunch of stuff. Right? But you go back, that loads your most recently saved backup. So plus sends the state of your current project up into the teenage engineering heavens, and holding minus sucks that back down to earth. For your listening pleasure. Linking tracks. This is especially useful for connecting your music tracks to your lighting or graphics tracks. You can also link just your music tracks. So you're linking other tracks to like a brain track, and that brain track uses its triggers to trigger the other tracks that are linked to it. So linking tracks only works when you're playing live. Things that you've sequenced even after you've linked don't sync. That seems like something's wrong. Maybe I have to update my firmware or something. Leave a comment below if you know what's going on, because I played this after I turned on the linking and it's still not linked. Even though it's linked there. So let me know what's up, bro. The next video is step components. Step components are a beast, and I'm probably going to give you an overview of each of the step components, but they are so in depth. So maybe it'll be multiple videos. Maybe I'll just do the surface, get through the manual, and then come back and do in-depth step components videos. We will see, but that's what's up next. If you enjoyed that or learned something, hit like, also subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.